the big news from the week is about Bobby Lashley. Yes, Cam, it is indeed a crazy news story. I'm not shocked. We have not seen Bobby Lashley in months. The last time we were supposed to see Bobby Lashley, he was supposed to be part of the King of the Ring tournament. There he is, the almighty Bobby Lashley, who is 48 years old. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Most times I'd go, whoa, careful there. Not with that guy. Not with that guy. Bobby Lashley is genetically gifted and has been. But the efforts that guy puts in to his body, not only to look that way, but to upkeep his body. There's stories that come out. I think there was a story the other day about Derrick Henry, former Titans running back, current Baltimore Ravens running back, who says he puts like $250,000 into his body every year. I've heard that number go higher. Russell Wilson spends $1 million. Tom Brady spends and you know what? When you're that level of athlete, you do put that much in to trainers, to equipment, and to whatever it is. And to me, Bobby Lashley is one of those guys that takes care of his body. He once did an interview from like his living room or his dining room in his house. There you go. Rob just put another one. $2 million for LeBron. Bobby Lashley's that kind of guy. He put a treadmill in his dining room. It's like he was running out of space. He's one of those guys like, wait, I can work out here? I'll work out here. That's what he did. He looks like that too. Bobby Lashley once, he's told me this. He told a lot of people this. He said, the trick to me looking as big as I do is my back. And obviously, that's not me. I don't look like that. But when he said it, I went, what do you mean? He said, a lot of people will do chest and they do front and they do a little back. He goes, if you do everything and you work that hard at your back, it looks that much bigger. His back is massive. He's big all the way around. Where he's worn some of those suit jackets. He's got to get like the drawstring to pull it together because it's not going to work if he uses something else. Buttons are not Bobby Lashley's friend. He's too big of a man. And he looks better than he did in his first run in WWE. And he takes care of his body that way. He is not somebody, he'll joke about getting crumble cookies or something like that. I think that's his big cheat meal. He takes care of himself. It's why he looks like that at 48. If you showed somebody that guy, no one is saying he's 48 years old. No one would question that. If you put him out there right now, and it sounds like he might be out there right now, if you didn't say his age, he's going to have suitors. No matter what. If he wants to go back into MMA stuff, if he wants to go to AEW, if TNA wants him, he's been there before. I'd be intrigued to see him in New Japan. I want to know what those matches look like. I love the fact that people are already making the Bobby Lashley-Darby Allin match, which is kind of fun, and what that would look like, and Bobby just chucking him around, And Bobby can work with a variety of people, and it always has been. When I saw the news, though, there's things that trickle out. And a lot of times with these, and it's not a release. From what I can tell, this is not a release, and that is very important to note. And I'm not saying it's that much different. But a release is, hey, you still have money that we have to pay you. We're done. We're not using you. Jinder just came back out, and we saw him at GCW. Hoping to get Jinder on this show. The Maharaja. I know, I guess can't use Jinder anymore. But he's no longer hindered. And he's making appearances. But they cut him. They cut people. They cut Dana Brooke. They cut Ziggler. That kind of stuff has happened. All indications are Bobby's contract is run out. And I'll get to MVP too, because I know his name came up in all of this as well. So, and that happens. That happens in sports. That happens in life. Hey, your contract's coming up. We're not going to renew it. Or we're not going to offer you what you want. We're going to offer you a number that we probably know you're going to say no to, but at least we gave it a shot. This is what we would feel comfortable paying you in the role we have for you, which is different than a release. A release is, no, we're not going to wait for this contract to be up. We're going to call it right there. That's enough. Sorry. A lot of these contract talks whether it be Chad Gable or Becky Lynch or Natalya or Drew or Dominic. We've heard, hey, they re-signed. Now, it's not our business to know the numbers. Those numbers tend to come out a lot more in sports. You hear, free agency season and NFL and NBA and MLB and you hear those numbers. That gets negotiated through the media. That typically doesn't happen as much numbers-wise in the media. And I think the only thing we've heard close to a number is, well, Mercedes was offered more in AEW, and she's making the most money of any female ever versus what she would have made in WWE. And who knows how legit that is. But for Bobby Lashley, I'm sure he was making very good money. He was a main event guy. Not all the time. Probably not as much as he should have been. But he's WWE champion. And we're going to talk about that story and how he ended up with that championship. But they clearly didn't want to go with him anymore at the number they were paying him and whatever they offered, if they did offer. And supposedly they did. There's a lot of reports out there. All reports are pointing towards both him and MVP will be done. And they could say, hey, you're done. Like, they could tell them that, and they just got to wait for the contract to run out. And the key is, if their contracts are running out and they're done, they're free immediately. If they cut you, they pay you for 90 days. That's how it works. If they cut you with time left on your contract that goes past 90 days or is 90 days, you get paid, then you're done. But if your contract is done, you walk right out of the company, you can walk into a new one. That's what Adam Cole was able to do. His contract was up. He was in AEW very soon after his last WWE appearance. Stephanie Vaquer got out of, apparently, her CMLL deal and all the deals. And by the way, she didn't have a New Japan deal. She didn't have an AEW deal. That's who she worked for. She worked for those other companies because of the talent exchange and the partnerships, but she got out of her contract. They didn't have any kind of non-compete clause, which are BS anyway. She gets to show right up in WWE and wrestle in Mexico last weekend a couple of times. If Bobby Lashley is free and clear, he will get to go wherever he wants as soon as he wants to do so. Hey, this is Matt Camp. Thanks for checking out one of our recent clips from the Wrestling Mat. Why is someone so close to The Rock kind of throwing Cody under the bus?
Yeah, a lot of people won't engage with Jim Cornette. I did, just because I have a mark for Jim Cornette.
Please subscribe right now. Hit the like and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I think you should listen to your TV partners. Let me tell you about WWE and a little insight. More subscribers means more content. And make sure you follow us on social media at WrestlingMat23 on both Twitter and Instagram.